and obscurity in which the earlier history of the public career of the immortal Pickwick would appear to be involved, is derived from the pursuer of the following entry in the transaction of the Pickwick Club, which the editor of these papers feels the highest pleasure in laying before his readers, as a proof of the careful attention, indefatigable assiduity, and nice discrimination with which his search among the various documents confided to him has been conducted. May 12th, 1827. Joseph Smiggers, Esquire, P.V.P. M.P.C., Perpetual Vice President Member, Pickwick Club, presiding. The following resolutions unanimously agreed to. That this association has heard with feelings of unmingled satisfaction and unqualified approval the paper communicated by Samuel Pickwick, Esquire, General Chairman, Member, Pickwick Club, entitled Speculations of the Source of the Hampstead Funds, with some observations on the theory of tittlebats, with the association does hereby return its warmest thanks to the said Samuel Pickwick, G.C.P.M.P.C., for the same. That, while this association is deeply sensible of the advantages which must acquire to the cause of science from the reproduction to which they have just adverted, no less than from the unwearied researches of Samuel Pickwick, Esquire, G.C.M.P.C., in Hornsey, Highgate, Brixton, and Camberwell, they cannot but entail a lively sense of inestimable benefits which must inevitably result from carrying the speculations of that learned man into a wider field, from extending his travels and consequently enlarging his sphere of observation to the advancement of knowledge and the diffusion of learning. That, with the view just mentioned, the association has taken into its serious consideration the proposal emanating from the aforesaid Samuel Pickwick, G.s, and their other Pickwickians hereinafter named, or coming, a new branch of United Pickwickians, under the title of the Corresponding Society of the Pickwick Club. That the said proposal has received the sanction and approval of the association. That the Corresponding Society of the Pickwick Club is therefore hereby constituted, and that Samuel Pickwick, Tracy Trubin, Augustus Snodros, and Nathaniel Winkle are hereby nominated and appointed members of the same, and that they be requested to forward, for the time to time, authenticated accounts of their journeys and investigations, of their observations of character and manners, and of the whole of their adventures, together with all these tales and papers to which local scenery and associations may give rise to the Pickwick Club, stationed in London. That the association cordially recognize the principle of every member of the corresponding society defraying his own travelling expenses, and that it sees no objection whatever to the members of the said society pursuing their inquiries for any length of time they please, upon the same terms. That the members of the aforesaid corresponding society be, and are hereby informed, that their proposal to pay the postage of the letters and the carriage of their parcels has been deliberated upon this association, that this association considers such proposal worthy of the great lines from which it invented, and that hereby signifies its perfect acquiescence therein. A casual observer adds to the secretary, to whose notes we are indebted for the following account. A casual observer might possibly have remarked nothing extraordinary in the bald head and the circular spectacles, which were intently turned towards his, the secretary's, face during the reading of the above resolutions. To those who knew that the gigantic brain of Pickwick was working beneath that forehead, and that the beaming eyes of Pickwick were twinkling behind those glasses, the sight was indeed an interesting one. That said, the man who traced to the source the mighty ponds of Hampstead, and agitated the scientific world with its theory of tittlebats, as calm and unmoved as the deep waters of one frosty day, or as a solitary specimen on the other in the inmost recess of an earthen jar. And how much more interesting did the spectacle come when starting into full life and animation as a simultaneous call for Pickwick burst from his followers. That illustrious man slowly mounted into the Windsor chair on which he had been previously seated, and addressed the club himself had founded. What a study for an artist did that exciting scene present! The eloquent Pickwick, with one hand gracefully concealed behind his coat tails, and the other waving an air to assist the glowing declamation, his elevated position revealing those tights and gaiters which, had they clothed an ordinary man, might have passed without observation, but which, when Pickwick them, if we may use the expression, inspired in military awe and respect. Surrounded by the men who had volunteered to share the perils of his travels, and who were destined to participate in the glories of his discoveries, on his right sat Mr. Tracy Chapman, and the two respectable Trushmen. The wisdom and experience of mature years suppurated with the enthusiasm and door of the boy and most interesting and pardonable in human weakness, love. Time and feeling had expanded that once romantic form. The black silk waistcoat had become more and more developed, inch by inch. Had the gold watch chain beneath it disappeared from within the range of Tupman's vision, and gradually the capacious chin encroached upon the borders of the white cravat. With the soul of Tupman had no charge. Admiration of the fair sex was still in its ruling passion. On the left his great leader sat the poetic Snodgrass, and near him again the sporting Winkle, the former poetically enveloped in a mysterious blue cloak with a canine skin collar, and the latter communicating additional lustre to green shooting coat, plaid handkerchief, and closely fitted drab.